welcome to an all-new episode of the Lamont Xperience, brought to you by Boston Cannabis Week and Experience Creative. And a big shout out to the good people at MCR Labs and Boston Hemp Company. I'm Lamont, and these are my experiences. With me today is, I'm happy to have this person. She is one of my best friends in comedy. She's one of the funniest comedians in all the land. She's been on NBC, Comedy Central. I mean, there's too many credits to name, but without further ado, please welcome my guest today, Kelly MacFarland.
Hello, how are you?
What's up, Kelly? How are you?
Hi, honey. Lamont, Will, good to see you both.
Yes, Will. Yeah. Dolly. Hello, Dolly.
Dolly. It's a regular
tag team match
on this. Yeah. Yeah. How are you?
This is Bring Your Own Superstar Week.
Ooh.
So that's why we have our special guests.
We nailed it.
Yeah, I like your background. I'm still trying to perfect like a really good sort of cave, like a background cave setting. I
feel like you just need like one more piece of art over your right shoulder.
Yeah, something over here. I have a ghost right there.
Of course,
like that's been there since last Halloween. And I think for future episodes, being October, I'm gonna hang some more Halloween stuff. And because I kind of want to do a Halloween episode at some point.
I do like Halloween. I'm also easily scared. We've talked about this. Like I get scared super easily. So like I love Halloween. Like I like the idea of Halloween. I think it's cool. But there are certain things that like I can handle, like a Freddy Krueger. Right. I can't handle The Conjuring.
Okay. Now, why is that? Is that because you think that The Conjuring is something that's more likely to happen?
I mean, I didn't want to say that out loud because it makes me sound like a crazy person. Yes. Like, I feel like Freddy Krueger, you could just wake yourself up. Like, right. You could wake yourself up. Like, this isn't real. Wake up. The Conjuring, that is like, I mean, that's a demon. Right?
Okay.
Yeah, and I feel like
you've all seen a demon.
You know, like you do. It's a demon, like you do, and yeah. So that stuff scares me. Like The Exorcist, my parents had a den growing up. Don't go in the den. It's Dad's den.
What are those?
There were books everywhere, and they had The Exorcist, and my brother used to leave that book in my room, like go get it secretly and like leave it, and it scared me so much.
I was about to make fun of you for being scared so easily, but then I remembered something.
What?
I remembered that time, long time ago, when we were in Aspen. Remember this?
Yep.
And I got really high. Like I got baked.
Yeah.
And we were walking back to the hotel. And they told us, be careful, because sometimes bears will come down from the mountains and try to like get in the trash, and just be careful on your walk back. And I'm zooted, and then all of a sudden you yell, Monty, look out! And there was this bear right above me like this, and I was like, oh shit!
Yeah.
And then I was so high I didn't realize that it was wicker. It's like a wicker bear.
But this is a fancy festival. So Monty and I go to Aspen. We're like totally whatever. We went somewhere and we were in a van together, and we saw a dead bear on the side of the road. Do you remember that?
Yep.
And because they had told us when we landed, and in some of the paperwork too, I feel like it was like, don't walk around by yourself at night. There's sometimes wildlife, blah, blah, blah. So we were both joking about it. I have memory like a woman right here. And then we drive, and I'm like, that's a dead bear. And it was like right in the middle of the street. And then we got there and we were like joking. We're like, well, at least that bear's dead. We won't see him. And then we went to the after party. You were hella high. I was toasty on whatever I was drinking. And then I also thought the wicker bear was legit, just a random rare type of bear I'd never seen before, wooden bear. And we freaked out.
Yeah, I was
really freaked out.
I was fried that night. I was fried on the van ride.
Yeah.
And I think I remember somebody even saying to me, hey, Lamont, go check it out. And I was like, I'm in a foreign land.
Yeah. They at that festival, you would do your set and then come off, and they would give you oxygen. Do you remember that? There were tanks.
I remember the oxygen tank there. I never used it.
Oh, I had to use it because I have asthma, so I was like, yeah.
I'm surprised that, like, at my size, that I didn't need at least one little pick me up. But the entire time there, I was chilling.
You were pretty chill the whole trip.
Yeah, and I was suited.
Fun. Yeah. That was a really fun festival. We've done a lot of festivals together. Do you know what festival I was thinking about this morning? Because I was like thinking about hanging out with you today. And I was trying to remember when we met, and I think I got it. I think I have it. It was at let's go way back. Like, get the flex capacitor going because we're going way back.
Okay.
It was the Bass Red Triangle Comedy Festival sponsored by Samuel Adams, and Scott Carney was there.
Doug! I missed that dude.
I just went way back. And I think I met you there the first time because Scott had booked me on this festival. I just remember meeting you and being like, I'm going to be friends with this guy we were like baby comics too, young. And I was like, I'm going to be friends with him for a long time, I can tell. And then, cut to.
Oh, man.
Isn't that wild?
Oh, man.
Yeah. It was
I tell you, man, that those days were so wild. Those days when we were babies, brand new.
Dumb babies.
And just not going to Nick's on a Wednesday to get 5 minutes.
I had a dream about Nick's the other night, and it was me yelling at Sammy because he sat everybody like so far back, and then he yelled at me and was like, "It's a pandemic, baby. What do you want me to do?" And then I woke up and was like, first of all,
wait a minute. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I want to know what's on the tip of your tongue.
It had to be a dream because there's no way in real life you'd ever understand anything he had to say. Like, guys, Sammy, Nick's legend. If you don't know him, we love him. He's great. I've known the man for 15 plus years, and I have never, ever, ever understood a word he's had to say.
Come on.
Now, never once.
It might take me a couple times, but then I get it.
I do a lot of nodding.
He has a really thick accent that I don't know what the accent is.
Well, I'm not going to speculate, but.
You know what's one thing he said to me clear as day? I hadn't seen him in a while, and this is like years ago, and I walked up the steps. We were at, Nick's moves. It's like the Matrix, it moves all the time. I walked up the stairs, and Sammy was at the top, and he goes, "Girl, are you pregnant?" I was not pregnant. And I was like, I'm going to go down the stairs and come back up, and we're going to try this again. And he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. It's your shirt. It's your shirt." I was like, no.
Oh, you got to hit him.
Pregnant? I was like, no, I'm not pregnant.
He's one of the people I miss in this whole not going to comedy clubs thing.
Yeah.
I haven't have you? I've seen that you've done some live shows recently, correct?
Yeah, I've done a few live shows, and it feels really good. Really good and really normal, and normal.
As normal as you can be at a time like this.
With 40 people in a room.
Okay. That's more than most shows that we do sometimes.
Honestly, I was talking with someone Josh, I talked to Josh Gondelman earlier this week.
All right.
And he was like, we were both saying that it's like starting over almost. Because you have to go to this headspace of well, I've got to work this muscle and I got to do it wherever I can. And that's the way we used to be. When you first start doing comedy, you have to do it. You have to work the muscle or you're not going to get any better. Right. So it's been really interesting. And every time I get down about it, I just remind myself, I'm like, you know what? It's just part of the deal. I couldn't go run a 5K right now.
I think you're at a skill level. Though, that once you sort of get back on that bike, if you will, and you stop pedaling, that once you get to the end of the block, I think you take that corner great. So it is beginning again. I feel like I've done Zoom shows.
Yeah.
And I still feel like I don't know. Like I never know what I want to talk about until they say Lamont Price, and then I just start talking. I haven't done a live show since March. And I've been offered a couple.
Yeah.
I'm just not ready.
I
haven't even put on regular pants since the middle of March. It's all sweats. I've been chilling with my snacks. So I don't trust people.
Fair. That is the most fair thing you've ever said. Yeah, I don't trust people either.
Microphones, how is that handled? Like, that's one of my biggest kind of worries.
Well, think of how gross a microphone is to begin with, right? Like, we've been on shows before together, and we've seen like the comic or the host before us is just like, you know what I mean? It's disgusting. Or they cough into the mic, and you're like, really? The few shows I've been on, I've had my own mic, which has been awesome.
Yes. Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Get your own mic. Yes. Yep. Get your own mic when you arrive. This is your mic. I did a show last Friday night, and we all had mics on a table, and they were all labeled like with your name. So you couldn't even pick up someone else's mic if you wanted to.
Oh, they provided mics.
Yeah.
For you guys. Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So that's I think that's super key. I've been on one where we shared a mic, but we used Clorox wipes. So you brought a Clorox wipe up with you and like wiped it down, which is fine, but now you're standing there with a Clorox wipe with like all the Rona on it,
I think it's pretty remarkable though, if you think about it, that we haven't had a pandemic before of this magnitude, given the era of payphones.
Right.
Think about it now. Like I was thinking about this like a few years back. Like cell phones, we all have our own phone.
Yeah.
How do we ever? What made us? What possessed us? What did we get on payphones?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I mean, syphilis. Like when I see a payphone now, I have like a reaction to it, it's so gross. It's so gross. I don't even like to touch someone else's cell phone because they're so dirty, like so dirty.
Like I don't know how many like bouts of bubonic plague I've survived from the payphone era. Like you just kind of we should all be dead, honestly, from the payphone era. We really should be. It should be finished.
Well, think about this, like flying. So I'm flying at the beginning of November, and someone said to me, they're like, oh my God, are you so sketched out? And I'm like, no, because when ever since I've been flying as an adult, I've wiped down the seat. I've wiped down the armrest. I do all that shit already. Right. So now I'm just like, well, now at least I know they're cleaning the plane, and I'm going to wipe it down anyway. So I'm going to be fine. I'd like to. Are you laughing at me because you know this?
No, not you. I'm laughing at the idea that they're finally cleaning these planes.
They're finally cleaning the plane.
They're cleaning the planes.
Because you know they weren't cleaning. How many times have you sat in your seat on a plane, reached into the pocket to like grab like, is this a Pepsi or a Coke plane? And you pull out trash and you're like, I don't know what this is. It's foreign. I'm going to put it right back. And then think about this. How long has that been there? How many other people reached in and pulled it out and was like, and then put it back?
So
that's some old jizz right there, whatever it is. I'm assuming it's jizz.
Just some old jizz? Like some jizz on Social Security? Just like some old ancient jizz.
It's a jizz on one of those little Delta napkins. It's just it was an overnight
Back in my day, jizz was jizz. Look at the old world craftsmanship.
Back in my day, when you got on a plane, you checked the Sky Mall to see if the pages were stuck together, because who doesn't love a jade chest kit?
Back when I was coming up, jizz would be everywhere. We'd be on the seat. We be in the armrest, in the ashtray. That's right. That's how far back I go. Ashtrays, all over the Sky Mall.
That's where they go. That's where you put your jizz. When flying, put your jizz in the unused ashtray.
All this young jizz out here taking his time and being cautious and wearing masks. We didn't wear masks. Jizz didn't wear masks when I was coming up.
Do you like wearing the mask?
You know what? It's fine. Like I don't go out often. So I can't say that I have like too much experience. But I will say this. Post-pandemic, I wouldn't mind if people kept rocking masks.
Yeah.
I kind of like the anonymity. Not that anybody's looking for me.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's gonna stop police from harassing. You fit the description. You ain't even see my face.
I'm wearing a hat and a mask.
I got a trench coat on, a mask and a hat.
I mean, I feel like I like the mask for that reason too, where like, I'm pretty friendly, but I don't want to have to smile at everybody, and yet I do. And so now I can just not do anything. And that's pretty nice.
That's good. Like sometimes I just want to go A to B.
Yes.
I mean, nobody talks to me anyway. So, but this is definitely like good. I don't have to interact.
Yeah. I feel like everyone talks to you.
All right. I'm not going to get into that, but believe me.
I
know that people don't really listen. But I am a people person who kind of doesn't like people.
Oh, 100%. Like I love entertaining people. And I love being on stage. I hate being the center of attention. And I also I need a lot of downtime. Which is why you and I tend to text each other at 2 a.m. or tweet at each other when there's movies on, because we're both up all night long. Like,
especially this month with Halloween.
I know, it's Halloween. You're so excited.
Man.
What are you gonna do?
We'll double back on. What's that?
What are you gonna do? Because typically you do a Halloween show. What are you gonna do?
Well, what I've been thinking about doing actually is trying to do. I was booked to do some virtual shows like next month, and where they want me to do like an hour.
Yeah.
And I haven't done more than like 15 minutes, even virtually, since March.
You'd be
fine. I want to book something just virtually.
Yeah.
Like a storytelling kind of a show.
Yeah.
Where I can kind of do maybe a Zoom and just be like, hey, and blah blah blah, just kind of get some stuff out, so I can be ready for these gigs.
I hear
because the money is tight right now, and I can't afford to miss out on that stuff. So I'm going to try to do that, and I don't know what the format will be yet or what it will be, but I'll know something within a week or two. Nice. And I don't know, I might reach out because I might want more people on it, and we can just kind of have some fun and tell some stories.
If you want me to tech for you too, let me know, because I can do that.
All right, yeah, I'm terrible. I just set this thing up, this tripod ring light thing up 10 minutes before we started this show, and it's on shaky ground.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you.
Can I just tell you, look at this. Talk about Halloween. Look at that. Look at my glasses. I don't know how to, I understand science, and like I tip my head back too far and now there's circles on my glasses, but like I can't do this the whole time.
Right.
And I just got a webcam and it looks like a fish lens. Like when you look through a peephole.
Oh man. Like I have the ring light, right?
Yeah.
The ring light, but it's off. Because when it was on, it was, look at this. No, actually I unplugged it. No, I unplugged it. But when it was on, it was like, it was like a 70s supernatural horror movie. I was like,
yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, you look good without the ring light. You must have some good lighting in that room.
I'm just trying to be like,
I mean, I like what you're doing. You've got your shirt, little scarf.
Wearing my little scarf.
I like this. You're letting
this. Yeah.
You're letting this let it. I mean, do you put some pomade or some balm in there? What's going on?
I just regular. Listen to me. I got just regular lotion, just lotion and
just a regular.
And just to moisturize and keep it. And I wash it every day, and then I pick it out, and then a little something. I haven't been to a barbershop in forever. It's hilarious you bring this up. One of my buddies, Nate, he's a barber. He just opened a new barbershop in Southie, and they were featured on Chronicle last night. So he sent me the video, right? So I watched it, and then it starts with like pictures of jobs he's done, just like snapshots. Yeah. And I'm one of them. I'm like, oh, I made the episode.
Hey, so does he do your hair and your beard typically?
Yes, typically he does my beard. Yep. Yeah. Nate's the man. Yeah.
What about your hair? Awesome. Does he do your hair?
I haven't had my hair cut in
how long?
15 years.
For real?
Yeah. I can blow it out, but if I blew it out, it would be
huge.
But I haven't done it because it's just like that takes a lot of work.
You know what's so funny is I remember you with shorter hair.
I did have that. I look at old pictures and I go, my face was huge.
No, you've always looked real handsome, and you know that.
No, I'm not even trying to sob story it. I'm just being like, I don't know, I'm a realist.
I like your hair like this, and I remember it short, and it was always super cute. But you were a baby.
Every 2 weeks at the barbershop, getting sliced up, as I called it. Now that old barbershop, they must have an APB out for me because I just stopped going. I didn't even say anything. And I had been going there since I was a kid, and I just stopped going.
You just
I didn't say peace out. I didn't do no pounds on the way out, nothing.
Yeah.
So Cal, tell me, what do you have? What cool stuff do you have coming up?
Let's see. I mean, like you, we've talked about this over the last few months. It feels like the work just went away, and now, you can sulk about it for a while and pout, and then you gotta like get back to work. So let's see. I got a few shows that are live coming up in Portsmouth outside next Thursday, the 22nd, which that might not even be relevant. I don't know when this is gonna play. And then I'm doing an online show every Monday night at 10 p.m.
Yes.
And you're going to be a guest on that show, so I'm excited about that.
What's the name of it?
It's called Genuine Nonsense, and you can watch that on Twitch on the 2MB Studios channel, and that's every Monday night at 10 p.m. And I have guests and some character things, some like desk bits, and it's fun. It's a fun show. Very stupid, very silly. And then, I have a couple albums out and some tracks out there. If you want to like get a taste of my comedy, you can do that. And
hit up Kelly, iTunes. Yeah. Here on Sirius XM. Listen, you are one of the funniest comedians I have ever met. And I say that not just because we're really good friends. I say that because when I watch you perform, and then they say, Lamont, you know what? I go, what? You're next. If that ever happens. And I go, nah, man, that's not. Can you put comic not named here in front of me? Because I need somebody to soak up all that. Like, we still want Kelly, so that I can go out and save the day after that.
I feel like you and I, for the last, let's call it like over 10 years now, whenever we get to see each other at a show or we're on a show together, it's like so bittersweet because we're both like, hey, how do I always greet you? I'm like, Monty, and I give you a big hug, a big smooch on the cheek. And then there's that moment where I'm like, shit, where's this dick in the show? He better be after me. Like, I think that's been a constant thing with us where it's like, I don't want to follow you. And I mean, I'm very blessed and thankful that you feel the same way about me. I mean,
I'm telling you, I do the same thing. I go, hey, Cal, what's up? All right, this bitch going on? Where's
the lineup? Who's got that lineup? Because I want to see it before he sees it so I can make some switcheroo. Yeah.
I can't. I make up some. Hey, listen, I got another gig across town. Yeah. I go up first, and then.
Yeah, I'm doubled. I'm so doubled. Yeah.
Doubled up tonight, guys.
Doubled up. Well, I love working with you, and I just love you as a human too. You know that. You're one of my favorite people.
Thank you, and I feel the same about you. And I can't wait until we can get back and do this again and do another show.
Yeah.
Before we dip on this episode, I want to come back to Halloween. That's going to be a constant theme for me this month. Hence the ghost. And once I find my hockey mask that's going on, will.
Of course.
Halloween specials. Do you have a favorite?
Yes. Well, yes. And I want to answer this in two parts.
Okay.
Part one, I'm a purist. I really like Charlie Brown's Great Pumpkin. Also, I watched Hubie Halloween on Netflix.
What's it called?
Hubie's Halloween. It's the new Sandler project that just came out.
Oh, okay.
There were moments where I was like, all right, that's funny. That's classic Sandler. And then there were other moments where I was like, what's happening right now? Like, it's very, it's got a lot of tongue-in-cheek spooky, so you'll love that part. So if you haven't watched it yet, you should watch it.
I haven't seen it yet, but I will definitely look out for it.
Give me a full report when you're done.
Charlie Brown, The Great Pumpkin.
The Great Pumpkin.
It's probably my favorite of the, I have a lot of favorite specials, but that might be my favorite. I became, a couple of years ago, I became like an accidental feminist hero because when I watch these specials, I always try to remind people about the brilliance that is Lucy Van Pelt, right?
Fair.
And I think she gets this bad rap because, you know, the football with Charlie Brown. And I'm like, no. She's teaching him about life.
That's right.
She's trying to teach him that life don't give a fuck about you, Chuck. You know what I'm saying? Yes. And in the Charlie Brown and the Great Pumpkin, everybody says, oh, she sucks. She's an evil person. She's mean. But if you watch that special, she spent the whole episode telling Linus, don't go to that pumpkin patch, man. That Great Pumpkin doesn't exist. But Linus went anyway. So what did she do? She went to every house and asked for more candy so she can give it to her stupid brother.
Yeah. I mean, she's not the monster they say she is.
She is, I promise you, when she got older, she is working like on Wall Street. Yep. She broke through the glass ceiling. She's married to Schroeder. They live in like the Upper West Side. Their kids suck, but like they are amazing. She is amazing. I love Lucy Van Pelt.
I think you just wrote your pilot. It's a pilot about Lucy and Schroeder now and where they live and what they do.
There's no way they're not married, living in New York. They get out of that stupid town where no adults can speak English.
Who's your favorite Peanuts character? Is it Lucy or is it someone else?
Lucy, it's a fight between Lucy and Snoopy.
I do love Snoopy. He's just enough of a dick, you know what I mean? Yeah. I also really like Marcy, and I feel like she is not pushed around as much as it seems. I think she's just kind of like, whatever. Like, she's super along for the ride, you know? Yeah, that whole thing, the whole Peanuts thing is ridiculous and great.
Well, Marcy's high. When you watch it, and she doesn't get pushed around. It seems like it because Peppermint Patty does all the talking.
Yeah,
but
like, yes,
if you remember the Thanksgiving special, where Peppermint Patty was acting a fool because she invited herself over to Charlie Brown's house for Thanksgiving when he was too much of a punk to say, listen, we're not gonna be at my house. She came over anyway, and Snoopy hooked up this dinner of jelly beans, toast, popcorn, and she had the audacity. Peppermint Patty be like, where's the turkey? Where's the cranberry sauce? And it's like, you just invited yourself. And it was Marcy who was like, look, Patty, you're acting a fool right now. You kind of came over here unannounced. You didn't give him a chance to say, no, this is on you. And Patty was like, you know what?
I mean,
right.
Are they married? They're probably married.
I don't know what their relationship is because sometimes it seems like she's digging Chuck or Charlie Brown. She calls him Chuck.
Yeah.
But then they walk off together, and I think we assume because Peppermint Patty's rocking Birkenstocks and that shirt, they'll be like, you know what? I think Peppermint Patty. So I don't really know. But if they're married, I hope it's happily. If they're married, I think Marcy runs the relationship.
100%. Like, Patty doesn't even know what the finances are.
No.
Marcy's just doling out allowance. You know what I mean?
You see Peppermint Patty's shirt? I wouldn't let her near the bank book. I wouldn't let her anywhere near the bank book.
Bank book. I love when you call things old school. Bank book. I wouldn't let her near the bank book.
You can't see the books, Marcy. I mean, you can't see the books, Peppermint.
Pep.
Your name is Peppermint. Hey, Pep.
Hey, Pep. What up, Pep?
Oh, man.
You're so silly, and I love it so much.
Oh, Kel.
Yes.
Yeah. What are you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, I don't know. I do that a lot with you. We like go on these tangents, and then I'm like, I don't know. I just wanna hang out in a green room with you and like eat snacks and talk shit. That's what I want to do.
That's what I can't wait for.
Yeah.
That's what I can't wait for. Wear your masks.
Yes,
everybody.
It's my favorite part. Eating snacks, drinking drinks, and talking shit. That's what I miss.
That's what I can't wait for. Kelly.
I'll take this in the meantime. Yeah.
Kelly, thank you for coming on here. Appreciate it. Don't forget, guys, Kelly's got some albums out. Get them on iTunes. Where else can you get them?
iTunes, anywhere you stream your music or your comedy, Amazon, SiriusXM, Pandora, Spotify, like wherever you get stuff. And I have a podcast that's about everything scary with Carolyn Plummer called the Frady Cat Podcast. There's one season out right now, and the second season is coming.
Oh wow, I haven't been on it.
We didn't do any guests season 1, and now for season 2 we are doing guests, and we're doing something a little different in season 2 because Carolyn's like you, she loves everything scary, and I do not. So we'll see what happens.
Well, guys, check that out, and also check out Kelly's show on Twitch, 2MB Studios. Name of the show again, Kelly?
It's called Genuine Nonsense.
Genuine Nonsense. And when can we see it? Like what
Monday nights, 10 p.m.
Monday nights, 10 p.m. Genuine Nonsense with Kelly MacFarland. And that's a good Monday for you because my show comes out noon on Mondays. So noon, Lamont Xperience.
Yes.
And at night, what time again?
10 p.m.
10 p.m. Genuine Nonsense with Kelly MacFarland on Twitch. So check that out. Kelly, thanks again for coming on here. You guys, thanks for watching Lamont Xperience. Elevate the culture, everybody. Peace.